Hey guys, it's your boy. You know, something I've always liked is like those kind of like Italian pizza-esque dishes. You have things like regular pizza, deep dish pizza, stromboli, calzone, things like that. Some of them aren't exactly pizza, but you get my drift, right? So today I found these items. This Mama's Classics. I don't know how to read. This calzone, this pepperoni calzone. It's a cook in the microwave thing. You can cook it in the oven. It takes 30 minutes though, and I'm impatient. Yeah, they also have this like mini circular bagel pizza almost. It's got a hole in it like a donut does. So it's a pizza ring basically. That's what it says on the package. This is a pepperoni variety. This is the pepperoni as well. So I got both pepperoni. We're gonna try these, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel about them. Remember, microwave, flavors varies from the oven. I'm not gonna be using an oven because that's half an hour for both of them, and I want to eat right now. Plus, I feel like if you're good enough to oven a pizza, you might as well get a big pizza, right? They seem like the kind of put in the microwave at work, or if you're a work college student, I guess. But you're more into ramen at that point. They were both $2, so pretty cheap. I picked them up at my local Aldi's. We're gonna start with the calzone here. Let's go to the microwave. So guys, I let it cool down after the 1.5 minutes in the microwave. It looks really nice on the outside, as you know. Somebody with sunglasses on in a dark house can really tell. But I'm actually gonna take these off just so I can get a better assessment of the calzone here. So looking at it right now, nice and puffy. I like the pastry. It's pretty nice. It's nice and warm, which I like. Well seasoned. I see the little bits of green stuff on there, which means it's well seasoned, of course. It's getting a pretty good smell. It's a little bit soggy on the bottom, but that's kind of how it is with a lot of these, TV dinners or cooking in microwave foods. I think I still need to wait a minute for it to cool down, but I'm gonna try to get a bite real quick. Okay. That bite was just bread, but it lets me get a good assessment of what the bread tastes like. It's a very mild flavor. It tastes just like a good naan. Maybe could have a little bit more, it's missing. It's like missing something. It's missing like a good seasoning. Let me take a third bite. Yeah, the bread could go for, maybe a little bit more salt, maybe. A bit more spices of any kind. It's a bit bland, but that's what bread does best. So, I'm gonna try to tap into the inner reaches of the actual, meal part. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's an explosive flavor right there. You get the mozzarella mixing in with a little bit of pepperoni. It has a good amount of filling. If you can look right there, pretty good amount of filling there. Now I don't know how much this is gonna fill me up. I haven't had anything to eat in the past 6 hours, so I don't know. But it's got a good weight to it. Oh yeah, the pepperoni really gives it a nice flavor. So I'm gonna finish this and then I'll give you my final opinions on this one. Okay, guys, now that we're done with that delectable meal, we're gonna do the mini pizza wing. I have high hopes for this one. It's by the same people as stated before. That calzone, you're gonna hear my thoughts on that in a little bit. But yeah, let's get this ready. Okay, guys, now that the pizza wing is done, let's get a good look over that as well. So looking at it, it looks pretty similar, like pastry-wise. It's the same puffiness, maybe a little bit more puffy because it's a different shape. Oh yeah, this is nice. Looking at it, it has like a hole, kind of like a bagel does, which I think is a good feature. It has like the same green things on it like the last one did. Got some nice char marks, kind of like, you know, it was actually cooked in an actual food producer. Still very hot though, hot to the touch. Looking at the bottom, yeah, it's a bit soggy. Same with the other one. That's not really that big of a deal to me. It's the bottom. It's steaming right now, so that makes sense. Still very hot to the touch. But yeah, very... I could even like... Now, aside from that, we're actually gonna get into this thing. Oh, yeah. Pepperoni kind of tastes like slightly different, right? Which is weird, because like it's essentially the same thing. Maybe this is more of a pizza pepperoni. I'm not that knowledgeable about the different types of pepperoni. I'm assuming it's the same stuff, but maybe I'm wrong. It could be the little bit of marinara sauce, but it tastes more marinara-y than the other one. You know, a little bit less of the strong flavor, a little bit more of a dull flavor. But we rockin' with the dull flavor sometimes. The abundance of cheese is very noticeable, which is nice. Because with a pizza wing, you always want to get some cheese. Pretty solid. I'm gonna finish this. Yo, fellas, what's going on over here? So, guys, I just ate both of the meals, the pizza wing and the calzone. I ate both of them. It's been a couple hours. I went out to the store to buy more of one of those things, which I'll tell you in a bit, because that'll kind of show you which one I liked more. But yeah, let's get in with the review. So on one hand, you got the calzone. I felt like that was just a bam, just explosion of flavor, right? It had a lot of flavor, a good strong pepperoni. You know, the cheese was on point. I felt like the bread, or the outside shell, could have been a little bit more seasoned. Maybe a bit with some extra salt, or, you know, some other spices of any kind. I just felt like that was kind of lacking. But I felt like it didn't really detract from, like, the main thing. Overall flavor was fantastic. Relatively light. It's not gonna be any, like, true Italian classics calzones, but I felt like it was pretty good for a $2 microwave thing, and you could probably get a better result if you put it in the oven if you like it more crispy. There is a big downside that I gotta mention about the calzone. I felt like, as you saw, I actually cut out a couple bites, but it took me like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 bites to get to the pepperoni portion of the calzone. Pepperoni and cheese. So, like, the first 5 bites were probably bread. Some of them were a bit uneven. Some were, like, immediately I could taste it. But then, like, the end, it was just, like, 4 bites of nothingness. And some were, like, 2 bites of nothingness on this side and 3 bites of nothingness on this side. So it's like, no matter what you're getting dealt, you're never really gonna get full toppings or full fillings throughout the whole thing. And that's kind of one of the things I see as like the big negative towards this product. It's also 0.5 ounces less, if that means anything. The calzone is 7 ounces and the pizza wing is 7.5. But that's not a deal breaker for me personally. Overall, the calzone I thought was great. I thought it was definitely a good meal. Again, you could probably get a better result if you cooked it in the oven, as opposed to me cooking it in a nuclear radiation machine. But onto the pizza wing, my opinion are a little bit less good. I thought it had a much blander flavor overall. The pepperoni didn't slap as hard as the calzone pepperoni. I felt it was more mild, had a duller flavor, didn't have the same, you know, the pepperoni and the calzone kind of like hit you with a spice, an explosion of flavor, as I said, with the epic effect. But I felt like the pizza wing didn't hit me that hard. And I felt like it had a bit more marinara flavor, where the calzone didn't. But that makes sense, because calzones don't have marinara sauce. But, like, I felt like the pizza wing was lacking. Though something good about it is the substance was all the way through. You take a bite anywhere, you eat the whole thing, there's substance throughout. But is that really, you know, a substitute for the lack of flavor, right? I felt like if you want a lot of more flavor, you're gonna go with the calzone. Because the calzone definitely, it packed a punch. It had a lot of good flavor. It had a lot of good things going for it. But I feel like the pizza wing really didn't. Flavor-wise, it just didn't add up as much. I mean, it was still tolerable. I would still eat it if somebody put it on my plate and said consume. But, personally, I don't think I'd ever go out of my way to buy one. Whereas the calzone, I already bought 6 more. So that's kind of just telltale sign, right? So who wins this? I think it's undoubtedly the calzone. It had a much better flavor profile overall. I liked the strong flavor of it compared to the pizza wing. Pizza wing, a bit more bland. I just think the calzone wins this. And for basically the same price, they're the same price, basically the same size. You're getting the same kind of deal. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed my review. Comment something cool down below. I read most of the comments. But I try to read pretty much all comments. But subscribe. I may make more food reviews if you guys like this, which I hope you do because I spent a lot of time on this. Thank you guys so much for watching. You have a good day now. Stay spicy.